just can't shake some clients. Here we are, back to Bill's place. He's telling me he's having some trouble with his big red international truck. Bill and I discussed this truck last year, and we never got around to doing anything with it. You know, I've always liked it from the minute I saw it. It's just one of those things, like, what guy doesn't like a big old truck?
I've been trying to sell it and not really had any luck. I love it a lot. Nobody else seems to think it's that cool. These 1953 survivors are so rare. They're always beat up, torn up, wrecked. And when I saw this, I went, oh my gosh, look how original this darn thing is. And I guess I'm kind of hooked on the international heavy-duty name, and I don't understand why people aren't as enthusiastic as I am. I thought it would sell the first day.
You just need someone just like you,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they'll buy it.
Yeah.
You know, I love the huge factor of the whole thing. It's got kind of a Mad Max Road Warrior feel to it, but maybe that's a turnoff to some folks.
Well, when I found this, I was so excited. Look at the cab, Ian. It's cherry. I mean, original cherry. You just don't find it.
That's right, it's
And,
weathered, but...
You know, the doors, everything works perfect. Look at the interior.
You know, sometimes when you have something that's so close to your heart, your passion, it's kind of hard to see how things are from the outside. Some people may be a little bit put off by the sheer amount of spider webs. You know, it looks a little like a haunted house in there. I think it needs some kind of cosmetic upgrade, you know, like the typical used car salesman. He's gonna freshen it up, and I think we can move it. First thing I want to do is get this rig back to the shop. You know, I want to tear off all that heavy metal, get it down to a blank slate, see what we're dealing with. I know you're both very concerned with quality control, etc., but I've got a bunch of stuff to do. We don't even need any debate at this point. I don't want to hear it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do back here 100%. What I do know is the heavy stuff, this massive trailer hitch, doesn't need it. Doesn't need this trailer hitch, and it doesn't need that headache rack. My goal is to get all of this baggage off the rear of the truck. You know, just get it down to the chassis, and then I can build from there. Hi-ya! And this is a really heavy, filthy job. But come on, who doesn't like cutting stuff up? Change is tough. You know, these dogs love cars, and all they hear is destruction. So for my next act, I'll remove an exhaust pipe. This exhaust has to go. It's not fitting my vision of the final outcome. That one ain't going in the trash. Excuse me. Now we're going on to the thing I'm looking most forward to getting rid of. This headache rack is no bueno. Winner! The truck is looking good. It's much lighter feeling. This is the blank slate I saw from the start. Now the cab is really showing itself off. This is awesome. You know, that big rack was hiding all this cool sheet metal, and fortunately, protected it. No dents, no rust. You know, this truck has tons of possibility. It's looking good, and I got some ideas brewing. Well, nothing starts a good project like a good treasure hunt.
When I collected all this stuff, you know, I thought, oh, well, I can use this for that, or pretty specific about it. Well, Ian, I mean, he's different. And I don't even ask him what he's gonna do. Don't wanna know what he's gonna do. Just wanna watch.
Oh, you got bigger sheets under here. Nice little mouse nest, look at this. I know there's gonna be a large area in the bed of this truck that we're gonna have to fill in. So these big metal sheets are gonna be exactly what I need. Like a diamond in the rough. Nothing says truck like diamond plate, so I think it's a good start for, you know, sheathing materials. Let's see what else we can find. I know this rack here, and I know you got some stuff. Mainly what I'm interested in is these long lengths of tubing. Any project's gonna need some structure, so this is heavy truck stuff. If you're not married to them, I can use them.
All this stuff is available.
Wait a second, you got bed frames here.
Got bed frames.
I need a bed frame. I have a mattress and a box spring.
You're in the right spot.
I just bought a new place and I pretty much need everything. So Bill's got these 2 bed frames, so I'm in luck. You think it'll do a queen size?
I think it's adjustable.
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, look at these steps. What are these from?
Those are, I don't know what they're from.
I know what they're for. Look at that.
Yeah.
You got a whole truck sitting here. It's just in pieces.
Ian kind of looked around and he said, oh, you got this, you got that. You got almost enough for the build. I didn't think I had that much junk laying around here.
What's that from?
I don't remember.
Typical. You know, we've just scratched the surface of Bill's treasure. You know, many a project has been fueled by the treasures of this wild land. Bill's upper 40 has got some stuff. In addition to the piles of stuff, Bill has a couple of storage containers as well. Behind door number 1, I find these cool old cabinets. Now, the thing is, I'm not counting anything out yet. We're looking at all the potential. We are merely priming the palette of potential. So everything's going to the shop. Well, we've got quite an assortment of goodness, you know, between the metal, the diamond plate, shopping cart rack, 2 cabinets, we're on a roll. I'll get back to the lab and start configuring.
I'm going to be very excited to watch this project and see what he does.
Mush! Mush!
He's a one of a kind.
We got this. This is a really nice change of pace from the other projects I've been working on lately. Instead of building this full custom fantasy show car, I'm challenged to just bring up the natural look of this old truck. I did yank that bumper off the other truck, and I also got some good rusty steel, all that I could find. That front grille, just like the rear end, is just way overkill. I'd really like to show off the international styling instead of this big, angry-looking death bumper. First task at hand is to get rid of this massive front bumper. Yeah! Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. This bumper is really heavy. You know, I'm used to sacrificing for my projects, but I don't want to lose a toe if this bumper comes crashing down. Watch the paint. Well, now it's starting to look a little more like a vintage truck, not some road menace. The stock height on that truck, the frames were right here, which is cool, it makes sense, but I'd like to see it a little bit lower. The whole idea here is to make the truck appear closer to the ground. This international bumper could work with some modifications, but you know, I just want to explore the other options. You know, maybe just do something a little more full custom. This still just looks way like a utility bumper. What if I took this and just turned it? Yeah, that's cool. Brings it down a little, looks lightweight. It actually makes the fenders look really exaggerated now, which is something I wasn't expecting. So far, my assistants aren't impressed. I get you can't just slap a tube on the front of a truck and call it a bumper. I mean, come on, they should know by now. I'm not gonna just stop here. Make that angle like that. The old persuader. Yeah, so you can see, it's gotta come back just a bit more. Just cut right through that, trim it a little more. Not only do the bumper ends need to match the front of the truck, they need to match the other side of the bumper so that it's symmetrical. This is the process of trial and error. You just keep cutting and bending until the angle's right. It's looking good to me, sir. It's gonna be fine. Next step of fabrication is to trim off the bumper end. As strange as it seems, this random piece of bent aluminum is gonna be the gauge. I mean, I seriously just picked this up out of the corner. You need to be zen, in tune with the universe and beyond, to allow yourself to be open to this happy accident thing, you know? Or sometimes maybe you just find a piece of bent molding in the corner and it seems to work. That's the angle of the dangle. You saw it, man. Don't act like it's a surprise. So there's something in this area that I'm really thinking about. See how this and this, it's like it needs something here. Fortunately, Bill's place isn't too far from the shop. I want to take another look at his pipe rack and found some really good square stainless steel tube that I think I can make work. It's exactly what it needed. It's subtle, but it helps. Get the end caps on and it really finishes it off. For right now, it's conservative. You can see that's a clean bumper. I want this whole truck to come together as one piece, so for now, it's a work in progress. I got some other ideas that are really going to help with the look of the front end. The primary factor in creating this visor is how the material will bend without any tooling. I want a nice formed shape, and that's why I'm using this soft but very rigid plastic as a template. That'll work. I have a sheet of aluminum that will be just the right call for this visor. This is a reasonably difficult shape to make simply because it's symmetrical. The different PVC sizes are helping me to try to form the shape I'm looking for. Just like the top corner of that cap, you see it's a dome, and it's going to require a dome shape to turn that corner. This is an anything goes process. I don't know what result will be offered. I'm just going for it. It's just the highest spot right there. The hardest part about this is the symmetry. As each fold comes down, they have to look the same. And from the front of the truck, you don't want it to be doing the roller coaster. You want it to look right. It's making the visor appear way more crooked than it is because the light set is on this side of the roof. The biggest problem I was having getting this visor equal left and right was that as much as I put it on the table and envisioned it, every time it went on the truck, it looked like it was off to the side. I just couldn't figure it out until I really studied the placement of the marker lights, and they're over here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start trimming this one and pulling it down. So those 2 points are fixed. I'm just gonna pull this down to match. So there you have it, one full custom visor. This is exactly what I was hoping to see. It took that big arched up window and makes it look a little more aggressive. This looks like it could just be a little more graceful in that this line will probably just come up like that. Maybe in the end I'll put a little center bracket on it, but right now, that's perfect. We got other things to deal with.
Aha! So you have been working.
Yeah, a couple revisions, nothing too major, but change it up a little bit.
Wow.
Surprise, surprise.
I love the stance. It looks like you lowered it, how much?
It's gotta be 3 or 4 inches, I forgot.
Yeah, because it was way above the tire. I love that old truck.
Yeah.
And you've just made it better.
Glad to see Bill react so positively. We literally had no discussion as to what I was gonna do.
This is like all your projects. You do them and then I want to keep them. The idea was to sell this.
I'm hearing whisperings from Bill about maybe trying to hold on to this thing, The big plan was to sell it, but now it looks so good, maybe he's buying. I don't know, maybe it's gonna stay home.
I got a present for you for this.
Right on.
It'll help the look of your stance.
Uh-huh.
And let me show you.
Cool. This is the kind of thing that really just explains this car or truck addiction perfectly. Oh, wow, these are cool. These are perfect. Yes,
Just a little bling.
Good deal. You can't just stop halfway, right? And Bill's a man with a passion. He steps up every time and brings the good stuff.
These are 22.5 rims, but the tires are a little smaller. They're for a motorhome, actually. I'm working on something for the back, but I'm not gonna share that yet. Want to get them on there?
Yeah, for sure. Mostly what this does is just puts a more modern look. And the truck's lowered, those big truck wheels, they just look stuffed in there. So it goes from like this weird pudgy cartoon look to more like a performance vehicle. Ever since I found these gems up on Bill's Hill, I've had visions of grandeur forming in my head. So the idea is just put some walls on this thing and just wing it.
Okay.
We've got that and those.
Okay.
And how it looks, it will be determined as it develops.
All right.
This is a match made in heaven. Now all that's left is to put it all together.
So we're just gonna come in here and draw a line. We're gonna get rid of this whole piece of tubing, and it'll start new with our shopping cart corral.
I think so. Every time you go to the supermarket from now on, you're gonna be thinking,
Yeah.
truck beds everywhere, full
Yeah.
of shopping carts.
Exactly.
Maybe you could start with a grinder on these things. And I'll just plasma cut through the sheet.
Okay.
And then we'll just pop each side off. So if you work on one side and I'll work on this side. This is the same mode of operation as the front of the truck. Get rid of the ugly and just make it better. Beyond the time-saving aspect of using these corrals, I think the finish of them actually is appropriate for this rustic look. Does that work for you?
It works.
I could see Dominic has turned the corner on this project. He's 100% on board with this concept, but of course, the #1 naysayer is always close by. He's never seen anything like this. Look at that. He's just like, what did I just see? Because it's a pickup truck, we're gonna have bed sides. I got this rusty steel plate and we're gonna trace it to fit, plasma cut it and weld it on. As much as I like working alone, to get the thing finished, you need extra help. It doesn't mean I got a casting call, very selective, only the elite. This round really looks good with the roundness of the truck, but then we'll take that square tube and we'll make that an element for all the trimmings, right from the front to the back.
Same as the front bumper.
Yeah, I think we'll just cover that. See, the cool factor of this concept is it's not just flat, it's dimensional. So you're seeing this round tube and backed up is a flat wall. So it really looks dimensional, as well as the color contrast. As crusty as it is, it's got a cool look. It's not looking like a cart corral anymore, is it?
No.
This is like a freaking work truck. There's still a few loose ends in this rear section, but we've made a ton of progress in establishing the cool look of this bed.
It's gonna turn into the perfect hot rod working man's farm truck.
So this old switcheroo with the shopping cart corral, you ain't seen nothing yet.
All right.
I'm going to Bill's tomorrow. We got a whole new pile of junk coming in. So basically went back to the original design. And I thought it needed more, but it didn't. So what I did was started building on the rear just to kind of take a rear 3/4 view. This is the bare bones of the operation. All of this is going to get sheeted back in. This is all just the fabrication to be super strong. And then to finish off the visual part of it, I'm going to put a small tailgate on it, maybe around this tall. Bill had a whole ton of this stainless steel angle iron, and it's too good to pass up. This tailgate needs to function like any other tailgate on a truck, but it's got to fit the style of what we've been building so far. I don't need it to fall all the way down. I'm going to want it to fall pretty much level, horizontal. Like any other truck, I need something else to hold the tailgate horizontal for loading and unloading. Fortunately, in Bill's pile of stuff, I spotted a crusty old chain. So, you can see that thing is aged to perfection. Sometimes you need a piece of chain that's been sitting in a puddle for 15 years. Today was the day. It's a trip. It's got a funky beat, and I can really bug out to it. All right, hopefully I learned how to measure. Man, that is one burly tailgate. It's just like every other old farm truck. You put one more piece of chain right there. Tailgate looks good. The last fabrication detail on the rear of this is to just sheath in this area below it where the license plate's gonna go. So weird how this works. That just did exactly what that side panel did yesterday. You're on a roll, you're trucking through it. I don't like it. Right from the start, I was thinking that this was just gonna have a plate covering it so you wouldn't see the rear suspension, and as soon as it was in place, all the plans changed. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but you got this kind of, very mechanical structure. You're seeing the mechanical stuff, and then you come in there with this, and there it is, it's just a big slab wall. It's hard to describe how one little piece can change, this entire rear look of the vehicle, but just in looking at it, it makes a perfect example. I can be, what's the word? Impulsive. I can be impulsive. Come back and this whole thing's cut apart because the license plate doesn't look right. The theme here is clearly less is more. I tore all that heavy metal off the truck trying to make this massive thing look a little bit lighter duty. Truck looks better by the lack of extra stuff. All right, so next course of action is to get this cab looking a little bit better. Nothing wrong with Christmas, but the red and green kind of keeps it pigeonholed. This vinyl sticker, it worked well for its previous life, so I will bring out my laser gun and I'm gonna laser them right off. Wow, if this is what the truck looked like when he put the stickers on, that's pretty wild. Now that I'm pulling these stickers off, I never really paid any mind to it, but there is a painted sign under here. There's a texture of brush strokes. I see an S. This is like an excavation project. We found the owner. We found Ray Dennison. If he was around today, I'd like to have a little talk with him about what this truck's been through. That way he knew when he came out of the bar at night which truck was his. It's like, I think there is some advantage to having a logo on the side of like a working truck. I'm just not sure that this one is right for the truck specifically. This green stripe is not helping the truck in any way. I think bringing it back to just one color is the ticket. The whole plan here is minimalist, so I sanded off this green stripe and in doing so, hit bare metal. I'm just gonna take some spray cans and lay it on there. Hopefully the color works. Truck's really coming together. Every little thing helps. I got one more idea that I think is really gonna cement it. Scratch is big into vintage, period correct stuff, so this project is right up his alley.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
so
it.
nice.
Yeah. My idea for this was, I like some kind of sign on the door. I love the script. Where does orange truck come from? Was it like an orange grove in Florida or something?
So every time I would go somewhere, people would just walk up to me, hey, is that your orange truck outside?
It's like
so
a
I'm
gold
like,
car.
I just wrote orange truck on the side of it so everybody would know that that's orange truck.
Perfect.
Aren't you glad I drove it today?
Yeah. I mean, yours is orange. What about like old red?
It's like old red or old red.
I like old, like with the little
L and the
apostrophe, yeah. And I was thinking, I love this edge striping that you did on yours.
Yeah.
I definitely want that. Because before with the big grill, you didn't see this at all. So it's like, I love those little whiskers coming off.
Okay. There's all these like really nice accent lines here and here that should just be like highlighted a little bit. We have that belt line up there and stuff like this. And like you said, the whiskers here and here.
And also something that would be like a classy work truck. So you show up and you look respectable. It's not like all rockabilly'd out or anything.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't need to look like nonsense. It needs to look like a work truck.
My favorite thing is to work with other artists because if you try to instruct them, you're not going to get the maximum potential. So you got to let them roll their dice, do whatever they like, and then, kind of take it in. Do whatever you want. I got a couple errands to run. Could take all day. So I'm looking forward to what you do. Like I say, no demands, do your thing.
You don't want to talk about the...
Nope.
Okay.
I want to be surprised.
Artist freedom.
Yes. I'm looking forward to see how this pans out.
So right now I'm just kind of like brainstorming and then jotting down my ideas. I remember my uncles walking around with like a match in their mouth all the time. Maybe do the old and then the little mark to the side could be a match. I kind of like that, like a little blue tip match with some fire coming off of it. With this, I'm trying to make it look old. If I would have painted that solid, 30 years from now, it would have faded like that. It's so good to work with Ian because he just trusts me and I can just do whatever I want. The first time I met Ian, I interviewed for a job to work for him. We kind of always stayed in touch. We were around the corner from each other. So when he needed pinstriping work, I was there to help. A little maroon drop shadow here, so I wanted it to be darker than the body. It needed that pop, Oh wow, yeah, that looks way better. So I'm just gonna do little accents around these edges here. Von Dutch is the modern day pinstriper, that he basically invented that. Somebody had messed up a gas tank and they wanted him to just kind of like outline it and like hide all the scratches. He just became more and more known for doing that, and that's where pinstriping kind of came from.
This project's a bit different than my other ones simply because I didn't know what I had to do here. It would be way easy to go off the rails like I typically do, but fortunately I was able to keep it in check. I drove it over here to Bill's, and if there's one thing that Bill loves, it's old international trucks.
Wow, Ian, You've arrived.
Got a little change. Looking a little different than it did last time.
Woo! You're another miracle.
Old Red at your service. One surprise that Bill brought over was these back rims. They are massive. I love the aluminum rims, but then when you brought in those big super singles in the back, it's like race car stuff. I mean, looking at it in the shop, you don't even get the vibe until it's outside.
It looks like a big pickup truck.
Yeah. The thing is, I saw this truck in a completely different light than what was presented. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, love it. I got plans already. You know, with a very limited budget and short time frame, a couple key choices really transformed the rig. You know, the first day when I was just taking stuff, I didn't know if I was going to end up with like a lot of aluminum features on this or whatever, but you know, literally you see everything came off of the hill and it just kind of melded together.
Those shopping cart holders or whatever you call them, I thought when you were taking those, I thought, what in the world is he going to do with those? I made some comments about the shopping cart corrals, but they are absolutely perfect on there. Just a great, great job.
I know you're looking to get out the door and sell it, so.
That was the plan. Like all your projects you do, always fall in love with them. I think I'm going to keep it for a while and cruise it. Why wouldn't I cruise it around? Look at it. I'm excited. Now, I'm going to bring my wife down and see if she's excited.
I know, that was the kid. That was part of the deal from the start. But all we did was move the stuff from the top of the hill back down to the bottom.
Yeah. How could you not love that truck?
You got to drive this thing. It's the same truck, but it's way cooler. It actually has suspension now, so.
Well, I need some firewood. You want to go with me and we'll pick it up?
Yeah.
You
cool
got
deal.
time?
Yeah, I got all day. That's what I
Okay.
do.
Let's
I hang
do it.
around.